What is up, bros and broettes? It's InkSlasher44, and today we are talking about another class setup, this time about the MK14 EBR. I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and if you do, please leave a thumbs up as it will help out the series greatly. But let's get right into it. So, the MK14 is an interesting gun, because it has really high recoil, really high damage, and a really long drop-off rate. So, you need to create a class based on those three statistics. So, as far as the really high recoil rate, there is no grip able to attach to this gun to be able to kind of compensate for this recoil. So the perks we use to kind of compensate, the attachments we use to kind of compensate for this are the silencer and the tracker sight. Why? Because the silencer is really the only attachment that's going to make it possible to reduce the recoil, and it does so in an elegant way. It also keeps you off the radar. So why the tracker sight? This is the most important part of the class because I think it's the most overlooked part of the class. So if you look at it this way, if I have a red dot sight on, I have a really elegant way of killing people at mid to long range with the red dot sight. It's a really easy way to see them. However, when it gets up to close range, I don't like that the red dot sight eliminates so much of your peripheral view. So this is why it's important to use the tracker sight. You have the tracker sight there for your long range kills, especially because it can help you see people hiding. And then when people get up to mid to close range, you can switch off the tracker sight, see down sights because you can switch to the iron sights, and then deal with it that way. Also, as you guys can see right now, I'm using a secondary weapon, the P226, just because it's my favorite pistol. And the reason why I am is because the MK14 really struggles at short range, the same reason why I'm using the tracker sights to switch to the iron sights. I'm using the pistol there just because when it gets up close there, you never know what type of gunfight you're going to get in, and you're going to find yourself with any marksman rifle, except for maybe the MK14, any marksman rifle and any sniper rifle, you pretty much need a pistol on there. So as far as the perks goes, I'm using Ready Up, Quick Draw, Dead Silence, Amplify, and Focus. Why? Here we go. So Dead Silence and Amplifier there because I use a headset like always. If you don't have a headset, I suggest using or switching out Amplify for steady aim. Why? Like I said, this gun really struggles up in short range. The reload time isn't fantastic, but you can always find cover. I find that sleight of hand is one of those overrated perks and should really only be used in assault rifles and maybe shotguns, if you ask me. But yes, I'd use steady aim instead of amplify if you don't have a headset. As far as Ready Up and Quick Draw to go, those are the two most important perks if you ask me in this class. So Quick Draw is there because when you get in these gunfights, it's so important that you get the first shot on someone. Why? Because it's only 2 bullets to kill. If you can hit that first bullet, their gun is going to jump like crazy because you're dealing so much damage. Also, you only need 1 more bullet generally to kill someone. If it's at super long range, you need 2, but generally you don't get in really long range gunfights. So it's really important to get that first shot on. That is the same reason why I have Ready Up on there. And Focus is there because it's the best perk in the game, and also getting 2 shots on someone's a lot easier when your recoil is reduced after getting shot with a bullet. So that's why all those perks are there, basically to win gunfights. And that is the most important part with this gun, because this gun isn't fantastic. It's not the best gun in the game. It's not even the best marksman rifle. So that's why we can see that the MK14 needs these perks to help you win gunfights. As far as strike package goes, I think it's dependent on how good of a player you are, not how good the class is, if you ask me, for this gun, because like I said, the gun isn't fantastic. So if you are good with this gun, I would suggest not using these this strike package, but I'll get into that in a minute. So the strike package I use is Dog, Trinity Rocket, and Battle Hind. Why? The Dog is there for those close range gunfights. Those close range gunfights are hard with this gun, so the Dog is there as a little bit of backup. Maybe the person you're shooting will go for the Dog instead of you. Maybe your Dog will kill them when they're behind you. You never know. The Dog is just there for those up close gunfights. The Trinity Rocket is just to get me to my Battle Hind. The Battle Hind just kills people. It's as simple as that. If you are a better player, I'd suggest taking off the Trinity Rocket, keeping the Battle Hind, and attaching a Helo Pilot. Just because I believe you kind of sit back with this gun. If you ask me, it's kind of the best way to play it. Leave some distance. You can still get those 2-shot kills even with the suppressor on. And then let your kill streaks build up. Once you get that Battle Hind, you pretty much have the Helo Pilot. and then the helo pod, you can just get kills, and then you won't have to use the crappy gun that you have on. But if you ask me, that's the best class setup. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like rating. Like I said before, the video on the left is the last video I made, top 10 exploits and glitches in Call of Duty history. And the video on the right is the last class setup I did, which was for the AK-12. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, peace out.